Phuket is the proud host once again of the annual Asia Superyacht Rendezvous, an exclusive event which aspires to bring together owners and crew of both motor and sailing yachts to enjoy 2 days on and off the water, taking in Thailand's natural beauty as well as sampling her culinary delights in a fun-filled end-of-year gathering.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chiang Hotel. We have the Asia Superyacht Rendezvous tonight, sponsored by Phuket, the Royal Dutch Shipyards.
One of the founders of the Rendezvous is Captain Charlie Dwyer of Yankee 2. As I understand, you have over 200,000 miles of cruising experience. Is that true?
I would say there would be at least 200,000 miles of cruising experience, yeah. Basically, I've been around the world on Yankee 2 probably 7 times now. We've been in every nook and cranny throughout the world, and I've been doing it for 15 years on the same boat. So yeah, I have been everywhere.
So sailing seems to be your life passion, is that so?
Has been, yes. Started off in Newport, Rhode Island. Probably racing with my father at the age of 7 or 8 years old, and just has continued on all the way through. We did the Maxi racing program, was involved in the America's Cup, did all that type of stuff, and now we're doing the super yacht stuff, so it's been good.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you, are you happy with the sponsor, Fat Ship?
I couldn't, we started this year as a whim, as a guess, let's get some boats together, 8 years ago, and we went to Fed Ship and we said, look, this is what we want to do, and when you can find somebody that knows what you want to do and they want to be part of it, it doesn't get any better than that. Fed Ship they're here to make sure that we're having fun, to make sure that all the boats that are here are having fun. They're not overly overwhelming as far as being, asking us things to do. They've been absolutely a perfect sponsor.
Founded in 1949, Fat Ship is a group of Dutch shipyards which ventured beyond Europe to America in the 1950s and is now the world's premier superyacht builder. Together with the Chedi Phuket, Fat Ship is the continuing principal sponsor of the Superyacht Rendezvous. I spoke to François Van Wel, president of Fat Ship America. What makes the Fat Ship so special compared to others?
Well, the special thing that we have is we only build yachts. We don't build commercial ships, we don't build Navy ships, we only specialize in yachts. And we've been doing this the longest for most companies in the world. And we have an output of about 4 to 5 yachts in that caliber a year. So we have a fleet of over 250 yachts out there. And by having most of our people on our own payroll, so we outsource very little, we have a growing and learning organization, and we do our own in-house research and development, and that way we stay ahead of the game.
And who are your clients?
It ranges from, basically one of the requirements is, of course, you have to have the money. But predominantly it's self-made millionaires that are entrepreneurs that have made their own money. We've built about 10, 11 royal and presidential yachts for the Middle East area. And then Europeans, it's going to be Britain predominantly. We even sold a boat to New Zealand. America is very much our biggest market over all these years. It's nearly 50% of the market. So we basically are a worldwide clientele.
So when a wealthy person comes to you and says, well, I have this dream of this super yacht, how does it start? They come with a proper idea, or you propose?
It varies. It can happen in 8 days and it can happen in 8 years of conversations and designing. We have our own in-house design and engineering company, as I said, and they basically, what we do is we work with the client to establish the requirements, make a design, tweak it, tune it, and it grows or it shrinks, and eventually there comes a point where all the requirements are met, and then it's a time to sign a contract.
On the first day, I was invited aboard one sleek super yacht, the V Sans Souci, for sunset hors d'oeuvre and cocktails. And I don't have to tell you that it was a truly fabulous experience. There's a saying that when you buy a yacht, you have lost all your money right away the next day. Is that really true?
I don't know about that. For Fat Ship, it's slightly different because none of our yachts has ever been sold for less than the original contract price. And we pride ourselves very much for that. And basically that has to do with the quality of the boats that we build. That way they hold their value. And secondly, it's the exclusivity, as we only do about 4 or 5 boats per year worldwide. So that way it's a very sought after product. So there's a long history of over 100 years of shipbuilding.
Yeah, great. And everything is focused really on the Netherlands and America. So what brings you to Thailand?
Well, what we found was that Asia is a very different area, and we really like the idea of doing an educational and an application event, which is the the Asia Superyacht Rendezvous, as it's been going on for 7-8 years right now. And it really shows the people of the region that you can have a lot of fun owning a yacht, whether it's a sailboat or a motorboat, and that way promote the product, whether it's a fed ship or not. But in general, it's also about people. It's about showing the world of the cruising destinations of Thailand and Southeast Asia, because it is a beautiful part of the world. And particularly, our type of boats are ocean-going yachts, and they can typically come here.
Tonight I'm at the cocktail party aboard the Queen of Andaman, one of the most beautiful super yachts here in Southeast Asia. She's here in Phuket for the Superyacht Rendezvous, a meeting of the most beautiful boats in the region.
Tell me, you're the man behind the Superyacht Rendezvous. And normally it should be a race, but is it really a race?
It's a race. It depends. It depends on the year and how many boats show up and everything else. It's a rendezvous. And rendezvous is it's a get together. It's a chance for all the boats in Asia to get together and have an absolute blast. The owners get to meet the crews get to meet the owner. It's a social event. Yes, we do the racing, but it's secondary to the social side of it.
Talking about race, there was a great race, a social race last night I saw, but this was a race game. Is that a tradition?
It is a tradition. Actually, we came up with this. The first time we saw this was in New Zealand at the America's Cup back in 2000, and we've stolen the idea. We brought it here, and it's absolutely wonderful. The Fed Ship Challenge, absolutely wonderful. We have to build our boats. We have a half an hour to do it, and you have to, there's a lot of things involved with the drinking of the beer and the design teams and the whole bit. But it's probably the most watched race in the world as far as people getting up close and seeing it. You can get involved. Everybody's involved, and sometimes yachting's a bit far away for people, but the Fed Ship Challenge isn't.
So we leave the happy winners and the beer and gutters, racing gutters that is, for champagne and sails on the water the next day. Another spectacular sunset, another stunning super yacht. Visitors and guests savored the cocktail party pleasures of reacquainting with old friends and meeting some new ones. All aboard a truly magnificent boat in an absolutely idyllic setting.
So what is your personal opinion about Phuket as a sailing destination or yachting destination?
Well, I think if you bring your boat out to Southeast Asia, it is one of the prettier parts of the world. The weather is great. It's got beautiful scenery, a lot to see in wildlife. So definitely a very interesting part of the world. Other parts in Asia, obviously like Singapore and Hong Kong, are far more metropolitan. It's far more industrial. So this is still more a holiday destination rather than a commercial destination. What we try to achieve, obviously, by staying here and sponsoring this event for quite a few years right now, is that we believe in the region. We believe that eventually there will be a yachting group of people that are Asian or using this area as a cruising grounds. And what our expectations is, hopefully we get a few more boats in next year. We grow the event a little bit. We also want to do it as an appreciation for all the crew that work hard to get the boats here and make them look as pristine as they can be for their clients. So in general, it's a multiple faceted event.